What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the Sports Talk on Tap podcast. Here, you'll find Monday through Friday. We provide daily videos covering all the four major sporting leagues. You can name it: football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Coming up with fun ideas for the summer, some different tier lists, but also, while we can, do some game recaps as the NBA and NHL seasons are winding down. I'm Jake. That's Nick, and in today's episode, there's no sugarcoating it. We're going to talk straight into the NBA, the one game that happened last night. The Boston Celtics take game one of the NBA Finals and lead 1-0. And, it's only game one, like we were talking off mic, Nick. But there are some things that I was very proud of Boston for doing. I said in my preview, I didn't know how they would guard the pick and roll, where the Mavericks have been so lethal against centers that have been pretty good defensively. Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year, could not guard it. Just Chet Holmgren, great rim protector. They couldn't stop the lobs. But, boy, now it's just a completely – the Celtics – I don't think the Mavericks had one lob, and that contributes to why Luka Doncic only had one assist tonight. A lot of that also has to do with the Mavs just missing a lot of threes. They did not shoot effectively this game. Looking at Kyrie Irving, only 12 points on 19 shots. Very inefficient, rare game. PJ Washington, 0 for 3 from deep. Derek Jones was 2 for 9. So when I look at what's sustainable, for me, Jason Tatum playing an all-around game, didn't light up the box score points-wise, but was kind of doing a little bit of everything else. Maybe his scoring can step up. Will Porzingis be that efficient again? Maybe not, but he had a great game, bounced back in game one. They were just feeding off that Boston energy. That home crowd was lit, and, it was just exciting. You saw it. This was a game of runs. Celtics punched up, went up by many as 29. Then Dallas cut it to 8 when Luka kind of, was like, all right, we're not going to get embarrassed like this. But then Jaylen Brown and the Celtics, after that next timeout, came out, just played physical defense, went on like their own 12-0 run to break back open another 16-point lead. And, it was a battle of runs. Boston won this game. And I think I talked about in my preview. This just felt like a Boston blowout game one victory in my mind. Boston was feeding off the hate. A lot of social media was, ramping up Dallas, and rightfully so. But, I think Dallas, their role players like, Derek Jones Jr. and a lot of them were kind of in their own heads trying to, they were trying to really push the pace and attack Porzingis at the rim. That just wasn't working. They were rushing 1-on-3s. Basically, they were trying to take on the whole team in transition. It's like, do what got you here. Run through Luka and Kyrie. Don't try to do all that fancy crap. Boston's defense was amazing. Like I said, there was no corner threes for PJ Washington. They were fine letting him shoot at the top of the key, which is more than fine for me as well. And, just preventing those lobs. I'm going to have to go look back at film throughout the series if this continues, because, boy, that was just so frustrating. A huge part of Dallas's run this season, they could just throw lobs. Derek Lively not missing a shot in that Timberwolves series. It was really, amazing to see what they did on the defensive end. But also, I expect Kyrie to step up, their role players to not shoot. Derek Jones Jr. made one three-pointer on the first possession for the Mavericks. The Mavericks did not make another three-pointer the rest of the game besides Luka. Luka accounted for 4 out of their 5 3-pointers made. So will they shoot 5 of 25? Probably not. But, it is a good statement game on win. But, I'm not going to overreact. I still think we'll see how game 2 plays out. I think adjustments will be made. I think Dallas's, other players will step up in next game. And I'm expecting it to be a lot closer than this game.
I agree. It was like, for me, I don't know about you, but maybe just because I'm, a fan of the Celtics, it was weird because it was a blowout, but it didn't feel like a blowout. But at the same time, it did feel like it because, the Celtics
yeah. It was weird. It wasn't.
They got out to almost a 30-point lead. It got cut all the way down to 8. And, I know I was saying, like, here we go. Like, Celtics are going to play like shit down the stretch and Dallas is going to steal one. And then Dallas just kept missing shots. Kyrie kept missing shots, and the Celtics capitalized on it and went back on a run to go back up by 20. So it was like a weird feeling game. Like I do know it was a blowout, but I definitely feel like if one or two things went Dallas's way, like maybe Kyrie shoots, a little bit more efficient, this game is like a one or two possession game at the end of it. So I'm
Yeah, he
happy.
missed some big threes that could have made it like a 5 point game when they were only down 8. It was really, Kyrie
Mhm.
kind of, just sold this game. I mean, just, but it was a credit to Boston's defense as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like Jalen Brown played unbelievable, I thought, on defense. Same with Porzingis. I did not expect him to come back out like that and shoot, what was it, 8 for
Yeah.
13 and have like 4 blocks. That
Yeah.
so
No. I think the problem is this series, we're going to see runs like this. I think Boston's 3 point shooting, they weren't missing anything in that first half from 3 pointer. But then when Dallas cut it to 8, it was because Boston was shooting all these threes. Like Al Horford was, I remember just one time rushing a three and it didn't even like hit. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, I was like, as soon as it got down to 8, I'm like, attack. That's what Jason Tatum did. Next play, Jalen Brown. What do you know? Foul call. They get that lead back up to double digits. It's like
Mhm.
Boston, if they can just be aggressive, they'll be. I think they'll win the series, but it just comes down to mentality.
Right, like maybe, you just said it perfectly. They were knocking down threes whole first half, like that first quarter. That's why they went on that huge run, is they just couldn't miss threes. And they started to cool down a little bit. So maybe just drive to the rim at that point. Just try and get hard fouls, try
Yeah,
and be physical.
that's what they should do, and that's why like I've always been critical like of Jason Tatum, and even I know you have been frustrated. Just like don't rely on those step back threes, get aggressive, and I feel like he did that in the second half because you have a much better chance of making a layup or getting points
Right.
at the free throw line than taking these tough step back threes that look cool if they go in, but at the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points, and two points at the foul shot. It's not fancy, but it gets the job done.
Right.
Um,
Tatum only had 2 free throws. So that kind of shows how much he was going to the rim. 7 of his 16 shots were threes. So just, I mean, he was, facilitating the ball really well, just kind of drawing the defense in, swinging it out. But
Yeah,
yeah,
what are you
it was
thinking
huge.
about for game 2? What are you hoping happens in game 2?
I'm I'm okay. I'm like obviously, this was a. You look at the box score and everything. It's a great game for the Celtics. Um, but just cut down on if you have like a 15-point lead, don't shoot them back into the game, which is exactly what they did. They just kept shoot like there was like a stretch for the first like 3 or 4 minutes of the second half. It felt like where the Celtics wouldn't take a shot inside the arc, and I'm just like, dude, like you're already up by 15, but now you're only up by 12. Now you're only up by 10. Now you're only up by 8. So just start attacking when you have a big lead like that. And you don't know if you're going to get a big lead because Dallas might come back out and punch you right in the mouth. But
Yeah, no, I mean, game 2, Mavericks just have to shoot better from 3, in my opinion. They missed a lot of wide open
yeah,
looks in the game.
oh yeah. But they had a bad shooting night. So the Celtics kind of got bailed out in that sense. Celtics fan can say, "Oh, Kyrie sucks." Like, no, he doesn't. He's probably going to come back and drop at least 30 next game because he's going to be pissed off. He's probably not going to have a game like that again in the finals. And if he does, then hats off to whoever's defending him, whether it's Derek White or Drew Holiday, because you still got to tip your cap to those guys. But you can't bank on a guy like Kyrie playing like that every game because it's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then I mean, how about Jalen Brown's defense this game? That was a huge
Mm-hmm.
energizer throughout the whole game, making
Yep.
blocks down the stretch. I mean, did you know he was that good of a defender?
I feel like Celtics fans kind of knew. I knew he was probably out of him and Tatum. I'd probably pick him to put on Luka just because he's much more athletic, and he picked Luka's pocket a few times. That led to some you know fast break dunks and stuff like that that really got the crowd going. But I didn't think he'd be able to do that. And Luka obviously still had 30, but that was on 26 shots I'm looking at. So it wasn't like it was a crazy efficient night for Luka. And I know Luka had kind of a knee thing going on like halfway through the game that hopefully doesn't
Yeah,
affect him
no,
through.
hopefully that doesn't bug him. That was the one thing we talked about in the preview. Like, hopefully, no injuries come. And then,
Right.
the Celtics run is debunked. Let me ask you this, though. Aside from this, we also got some news. What do you think about the Lakers trying to hire Dan Hurley?
Um I don't really know about that because I know that college coaches have tried going into the NBA and it hasn't really worked out. I did when I heard JJ Redick's name being brought up into conversations. I think I like that more just because JJ Redick's played at this level before. And does Dan Hurley have experience like in the NBA at all, or has he just been in college?
I think he's just been normally a college guy, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, 2 national championships in a row, though.
Yeah, I mean the way he's got that program going right now, I don't know why he'd leave unless obviously he gets a bag. Like money always talks, but I don't know. I just worry for him because
I saw he was planning on meeting up with the Lakers today. So we'll see what happens between him or JJ Redick. I mean, JJ Redick knows a lot of film with that podcast he has with LeBron. He's close, and it's completely different coaching at the college level than the NBA, obviously. So I'm interested to see if he did get the job, how he would adapt to that.
Yeah, definitely. I just worry for him because I feel like if the Lakers are below 500 like halfway through the year, LeBron just gets him canned, and then he never gets an opportunity in the NBA again because of it.
So, I know.
Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
I know UConn would take him right back though.
100 for sure. Like I don't know, NCAA money or how much college coaches get paid, but if UConn can throw a bag at him to keep him there, I don't know why they wouldn't do it because like I don't see a fall off coming for them anytime soon with him coaching there. He's got them back-to-back natties, and all the top prospects are going to want to go there. So, but it's going to be interesting to see, like you said, like if he does get hired, who goes to UConn? Does JJ Redick go to UConn? Maybe. Probably
That'd be insane. A little flip.
Yeah.
I am curious though. We've seen the players try before. Nets with Steve Nash didn't work out. Obviously, JJ Redick's going to be completely different. So I'm curious.
Hey, Jason Kidd, I mean, he's got Dallas to the finals. So, I mean, it worked. There's some that do and some that don't work. So it's kind of just like
that is a good point. Yeah, just want to get your opinions on that. But with that being said, though, Game 2 Sunday, so we have to wait a couple days until the next game. Let us know in the comments what your reactions are to this Game 1 victory, and we'll cover Game 2 Monday when we're back at it. But Celtics take Game 1, lead the series 1-0. And, just an exciting time in the NBA. It's the finals. Champion's going to be crowned soon. And obviously being from Boston, Nick's excited as well. A lot of Celtics fans are. That place was rocking yesterday. But with that being said, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.